Shalom, Israel. Shalom. I'm back again. I know lately the past two videos has been cutting short on me. It's because my memory been too full. So a brother of mine's hit me up and showed me some ways of clearing that thing out. All praise to the Most High. And thank you, brother. You know who you are. I want to start this off by, as always, giving a praise to Yahweh, by Hashem Yahweh Shai. You know, so he is the ruler of all these things, and this thing would not be possible without him. This great awakening would not be possible without him. We will be doomed without him. Okay? So just to get this thing in order, I finished off yesterday in Job 37-23. So just to backtrack, just to start off where we left off, I'm going to just read that and then I'm going to just dive on back into it. So, this is book of Job, chapter 37, verse 23. Touching the Almighty, we cannot find him out. He is excellent in power and in judgment, and in plenty of justice he will not afflict. Verse 24. Men do therefore fear him. He respecteth not any that are wise of heart. Okay, so I was going into that yesterday is because a lot of us are wise in heart. We cocky, you know what I'm saying? We confident in all the wrong things. We wise to do evil. And things of that nature, you know what I'm saying? And that's where the Most High, the first process he do is he strip all that thing away, and he humbles you. All right, so we're gonna get back into the chariot thing, you know. So, where was I gonna go? I was gonna go to Joel. Let's do Joel, chapter 2 and verse 30. All right, we're gonna go into Joel, chapter 2 and verse 30. So we can figure the rest of this thing out together, right? That's why he wake up certain men, because we don't know it all. And it took someone to come into my life to wake me up to the things that I didn't know about. And still is. It's an ongoing process, but each level you graduate, you get moved to a higher and higher level. It's just like school. It is the school. You understand? So this thing is real, man. You know what I'm saying? We've been sold lies, you know, and told all type of things, man, that made us go against the Father. And like I said before, is, you know, every corner you turn, you got to realize it's all for you to go against your Father. Okay, it's always for you to go against the Father, because they know the secrets. They know if we go against Him, He's gonna keep us in a lower state. Okay, He's gonna keep us in a lower state. So we're gonna go to Joel chapter 2 and verse. Where I want to go, chapter 2 and verse 30. All right, so we can see the things that's been going on that you've been seeing on the news. Okay, as far as the chariots, this is the book of Joel chapter 2 verse 30. And I will show wonders in the heavens and in the earth, blood and fire and pillars of smoke. Okay, so them are the wonders that we're seeing right now. We're seeing chariots, you know what I'm saying? And they just said on the news in Ukraine that they're spotting UFO activity like none other over there. And like I said, that's because they're conducting the war. They're the ones that's kicking off this thing, man, so we can go back home. They got to speed this thing on up. They have commandments to do just like we on earth have commandments to do. The angels have commandments, y'all. What make you think that we're more greater than that? We have commandments too that we have to do here on earth. And as you seeing this right now, that's me following the commandment to wake up the mighty men in each brother and sister. You know what I'm saying? And bringing us back to kingdom-minded thinking. Because we all did sinful things. We were all once fools. You know what I'm saying? But now you have a time when you wake up and something clicks in you. That's your spirit. Your spirit is ancient, whether you know it or not. You can look on my video about regeneration, and I go into that. So, I mean, your body may be young, you may be the age you are today or whatever, but your spirit, your soul is ancient. All right. So, let's go into it. Book of Joel. I'm gonna just read it again. And I will show signs. I will show wonders in the heavens and in the earth, blood and fire and pillars of smoke. All right. So let's precept that. Let's go and see, you know, for one, it's gonna surprise a lot of people, and they're not gonna know what's going on. You got a lot of scoffers right now today that's not believing it. They don't believe this thing. So I'm going to go more into detail just to show you that this is what you don't want this part to run into you. It's going to be scary, y'all. You know what I'm saying? For the people that wasn't getting ready. But for people like us that's getting ready in this time, when we see it, we're going to be rejoicing. Watch this. This is in the Apocrypha. All right? This is in the Apocrypha, the Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 5, verse 2. When they see it, they shall be troubled with terrible fear, and shall be amazed at the strangeness of his salvation, so far beyond all that they looked for. All right? So far all that they looked for. All right, what that mean is, do you know how crazy things are going to look when they actually really see chariots pull up everywhere? Our salvation is like none never ever recorded before. Okay, we heard all in the Bible how Moses marched us out of Egypt. Okay, we heard how Christ came to save us. We always heard how different prophets came to march us out of some type of captivity. But this is going to be the first time recorded in history that we were caught up in the chariots. Now, if you look, a lot of prophets never got caught up on chariots. That's why it says the strangeness of their salvation is going to be like none ever. I'm going to read it again. Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 5, verse 2. When they see it, they shall be troubled with terrible fear. Who is the ones that's going to see it? All right? That's other nations and some of your kinsmen who didn't believe it, who think this thing is a game. They're going to be troubled. They're not going to know what the heck is going on, y'all. Because they're not reading. They're not feeding their spirit right now. They just running around, having fun, getting high, and then that's all it is. They're not preparing their soul for what's to come. This thing is going to get strange, y'all. All right, moving on. I'm going to start at the top. When they see it, they shall be troubled with terrible fear, and shall be amazed at the strangeness of his salvation. His salvation is us, the children of Israel. All right? So far beyond all that they looked for. That's a wild scene, y'all. And when they see that thing, man, it's gonna be too late in that time. You understand? It's gonna be too late in that time. You know how many people are gonna be trying to change up and hurry up? It's gonna be too late to run out and go buy fringes in that time. Okay? It's gonna be too late to run in the house and for women to put a dress on. When you look out your door one day, you see chariots everywhere, the bet's off. All the cards is off the table. Judgment time. So this is the time right now. You have to change that now. Start today. Make tarry. Don't sit here and put off day to day like it says in the scripture. Don't put off from day to day. Oh, I'm going to do it one day. Or I'm going to wait till next month or next year or next week. Get that slothful spirit out your mind now and do your change right now. All right? Let me hurry up and go into some more. All right, because I want to... Let's hit Isaiah 55 and 8. All right, because I might have to keep this one short too and do just a couple little parts at a time, you know, just to make sure it's scratch. You know what I'm saying? All praise to the Most High. May He give me time. 55 and 8. Let's get it. Because this time it's getting real, and they pulling out all stops. Why shouldn't we? All right. Now this is what the Most High says, because we always want to think so hard into something that's so far beyond us. Okay. This is Isaiah chapter 55, verse 8. For my thoughts are not your thoughts, neither are your ways my ways, saith the Lord. All right. That's why people be like, I wouldn't do this to a baby. What's with the baby being killed and all that? Your ways is not his ways. For one, do you know when you see a baby die or something, do you ever sit back and think instantly like, what did that baby do in the life before this one? No, you didn't think of that, did you? But guess what? God been dealing with that child that died, your auntie that died, all their life. He said, before you was born, I knew thee. Before you was even in your mama's womb, the Most High already knew you. So imagine, what's the things you did in your past life that caused you to live in your hell this life? Because if you're sitting here on earth and you're watching this video right now, you're still carrying out your judgment. You did not complete your last life and you didn't do it right. That's why you're back here in captivity. That's why we all here going through our judgments, all right? So let me keep going on. Verse 9. For as the heavens are higher than the earth, so are my ways higher than your ways, and my thoughts than your thoughts. Okay? So that's why he's called the Most High. That's why he makes the big decisions. Because we don't know half the stuff, not an inch, a crumb of what he knows. All right? So quit trying to figure him out. You're not going to figure him out, people. All right? Let's go to Psalms 148 and 14. I'm going to speed it up, and I'm going to do probably another little part to this, man. Because, or I'm going to just have to start doing it from my laptop, okay? All right. So let's speed this up a little bit. Isaiah, where I want to go? Chapter Salakia, y'all. Psalms, my bad. Psalms. We're gonna go into Psalms. We finna go into Psalms. That's one of my favorite chapters too. If you ever want to learn something, go in the book of Psalms, man. It's called the book of wisdom for a reason. And start at verse 1 and just read it, and you're gonna see how close knit it matches us and our thoughts and our train of thinking. You know what I'm saying? It's really crazy how we think, man. I read the whole book of Psalms. All right, I read the whole book of Psalms, yo. 148 and 14. Let's get it. All right, this is the book of Psalms, 148 and verse 14. All right. He also exalted the horn of his people, the praise of all his saints, even the children of Israel, a people near unto him. Praise ye the Lord. All right. He exalted the horn of his people, of all the saints. Guess who are the saints? We are. That's why when they tell you, you ain't no saint, I've heard people tell me that, you ain't no saint. Actually, yes, we are. We are the saints, y'all. We are the saints. Straight up. We are the saints. I'm going to go to verse 4 just to read it even more. For the Lord take a pleasure in his people. That's a possessive pronoun. His people. Not everybody in the world. Not everybody on the earth. For the Lord take a pleasure in his people. He will beautify the meek with salvation. Remember that part I was saying is their salvation is going to be like none ever seen before. That's what he's going to get ready to do for us. All right. And watch this. This is what we're going to do when we see those chariots. Let the saints be joyful in glory. Let them sing aloud upon their beds. Let the high praises of God be in their mouth and a two-edged sword in their hand. That's in the kingdom. We're going to be praising him when he come back, man. But guess what? A person who's not practicing and feeding their spirit of what's to come, when they see this thing, they're not gonna know what's going on. Imagine a man sitting there hitting a blunt, and then he go outside and he look up in his chair. It's everything that he's seen on movies that people done stole and put in their movies now. And we actually seeing that in real time, man. That thing is scary, yo. Okay? So I'm gonna do a couple like different little part series. Okay, so I'm gonna stop it on that one, and then I'm gonna do another one. Okay, and it's just gonna be back to back, y'all. I just got to do these in shorts. If that's what I got to do, the good Lord gonna put it on my heart. I'm gonna keep going with it. Ain't no stopping this. Shalom.